I'm pleased that you could be here today to celebrate a very special day in the history of this institution, the 50th anniversary of our joining the University of North Carolina as its fourth campus. Now, 50 years ago, on this exact day, not this spot, but on this exact day, March 2nd, at about this time of day, those who came before us achieved their vision after years of perseverance and determination. What started as the Charlotte Center of the University of North Carolina, serving 278 evening students in 1946, has advanced to become a doctoral research institution comprised of more than 27,200 students and a large number of academic programs of study, including 79 bachelor's degrees, 64 master's, and 21 doctorates. Those programs are offered both here and in the Center City, and I think all of us share a great sense of accomplishment over the last 50 years. That transition doesn't happen swiftly or without incredible tenacity by lots of people. While many people, and indeed this entire community, played a part in building UNC Charlotte, there are several people who have been absolutely essential to that achievement. And I'm delighted to have two of those individuals here with us today, Mr. Erwin Belk and Dr. Loy Witherspoon. For those of you not intimately familiar with this history, let me set the stage. Envision the city of Charlotte in 1946, a city that had recently become the largest in North Carolina, yet it lacked state-supported higher education. This was a time following World War II, when veterans were returning to this area and across the country, looking to take advantage of the benefits of the GI Bill. The city couldn't possibly fulfill the educational demand, and at the same time, the city was competing for more businesses, and city leaders were increasingly aware of the need for a more highly diverse and trained workforce. To meet these needs, the Charlotte Center was founded. I don't think anybody could have realized that this was the humble beginning of a major university. No one could envision this except Bonnie Cone. Bonnie was undoubtedly a visionary, a pioneer, and a trailblazer. Just a mathematics teacher at the beginning, Bonnie so impressed her supervisors at the UNC Charlotte Center that she was selected to become the director in just her second year. Watch out. The center thrived, quickly evolving into Charlotte College in 1949. And it was clear that the city would need still more education, and Bonnie made this her life's work. Enter Senator Erwin Belk, one of Charlotte's most prominent leaders, known to many as Ike. As former Chancellor Jim Woodward says about the university's success, if you could point to a single person inside the institution who made a difference, it was certainly Bonnie Cone. But if you looked outside, it was certainly Ike Belk. For Charlotte College to become part of the UNC system, the bill had to secure approval from the North Carolina General Assembly. Senator Belk set about ensuring this outcome, aspiring to obtain the signature of every senator on the bill as a sponsor. Ultimately, and maybe a little ironically, he won over all but one as a co-sponsor. So our bill had 49 co-sponsors. What a terrible this story would be if he'd gotten 50. But he won those, all 50 senators, over to the actual vote, and also all the members of the House, sealing the deal. Without his persistent and determined work, we would not exist today as UNC Charlotte. And his devotion is without equal in the university system. He's the longest-serving trustee of the University of North Carolina. I have here, I won't read it today, and we have a member of the Board of Governors, Scott Lampe, here as well today, but the Board of Governors was nice enough to pass a resolution just this last week honoring Mr. Belk and the university on the 50-year mark. So congratulations, Ike. Thank you so much. Now, another Witherspoon of our institution, of course, is Loy Witherspoon. I've joked with Loy that he has been around here longer than nearly all of the buildings. Older than dirt. And that's not exactly true, but he's been part of the university since 1964. And if you're doing the math, that's a long time. But he has been here certainly more than most of the buildings. But his impact is not his longevity. His impact is defined by the things that he did. It's understood by looking at the productive lives of thousands of students he taught in his classes or advised during his many years as director of the United Religious Ministry and director of the Office of Religious Affairs and as an advisor to Lambda Chi fraternity. He single-handedly, I'm certain, married more UNC Charlotte graduates than anyone else in the university's history. His impact is also understood by the many faculty members who earned their professional stripes and built their careers under his leadership, first as chairman of the Department of Philosophy and Religion, and then of the separate Department of Religious Studies, which he founded. His impact is also understood when you consider the culture of UNC Charlotte, the collegial and supportive environment we have on this campus among the faculty, the administration, the students, and the staff. Loy was elected chairman pro tem of the University Senate and later was the only person I know who was elected twice president of the faculty. He wasn't just a glutton for punishment. He was someone people trusted to lead them. Loy, we're so glad you could be here today. So today we commemorate and celebrate the efforts of Bonnie, Ike, Loy, countless others for their vision, commitment, and enthusiasm for higher education. And in 1965, at 2:20 in the afternoon on March 2nd, the final vote came in and victory was declared 50 years ago today. This institution was in effect born. Reeling with excitement, Miss Bonnie called the campus from Raleigh, where she had been awaiting the decision of the General Assembly. Upon reaching her assistant, Juanita Sims, she discovered the campus was already aware and marking the occasion by ringing the campus bell in celebration. That day, students Morris Spearman, who is here today with us, and Wally Yarborough rang the bell. And we're so happy, Morris, you could be here today to witness this special event. We have an audio clip from Miss Bonnie describing that day.
I called Mrs. Sims, my secretary, to tell her. But by the time I got my call through to her, she had already heard the good news. And I always say this was my one wasted telephone call, because she said, "Listen, Miss Cone, the bell is ringing." This was our little bell in the redwood frame that stood near our, well, it stood in the same site that we have our bell tower now. And she said, "The bell is ringing. It's ringing once for each member of the delegation and twice for you." And that was, I knew then they knew the message, and I knew that at that time they were also assembling. We had planned that when it passed, and I didn't say if, but when it passed, that there would be, our Dean Wahab would call the people together, the students and the faculty and all of the community, campus community together in the old library auditorium to give thanks for the victory.
In 1990, we reenacted this event on the 25th anniversary with the then Student Government Association President Mike Wilson helping Bonnie. Mike's here today. Thanks for being here, Mike. I made an observation here that Miss Bonnie wasn't exactly a young woman at this point, and so Mike was letting this older woman but anyway, Mike was student body president. And Mike, of course, today is not only just a successful lawyer, but a member of the UNC Charlotte Board of Trustees. And thanks for being here, Mike. So we're going to turn to the youth today, and we're going to ask our current Student Government Association President, Stephen Sirio, to ring the bell. There were 8 members of the delegation at the time in Mecklenburg County, and they rang the bell twice for Miss Bonnie. So ring the bell, Stephen.